Hello everybody. In this video I want to show you a little bit how to move around the console, the command prompt in Windows machine and the terminal in Mac. Also the same steps that we're going to do in the Mac are the same steps for a Linux machine. So the first thing about the prompt is we need to actually remove any kind of fear about it. We need to learn how actually use it in our benefit. And I want to give you some basic commands, what to do and how to do it. Let's start with the command prompt. We already know how to open it when we installed Python and we install Visual Studio Code. So when you open the command prompt, you will see the path. The path is actually the directory that we are. If I open my Windows Explorer, if I go to C, users, role, I will see these folders in there. In order to list the folders in my command prompt, I just need to type the command dir, D-I-R. And we see the same objects that are listed over here are the ones that we have there. Let's say that we want to go to a specific folder, to the document folder. We need to do a CD. CD is to move to a specific folder. So with CD space documents, enter, and now we have another path. We are inside the document folder. It will list the directory, which is the Python projects and Windows PowerShell folders are actually there. If we need to go back, in the Windows Explorer we do a simple back. But in the command prompt with the cd space dot, that means move back one folder. So we are going to moving from documents to my home directory. So there we are. We can corroborate actually that we move it correctly, and it's there. So let's return to documents and let's create a folder. We can do mkdir is make directory space and my new directory. It's going to be easy if we use no spaces. If you want to use spaces, we need to put actual double quotes in there. But I prefer, I will recommend to do folders without spaces. So inside documents, I'm making a directory, my new directory. I'll hit enter. If I list the content, I see my new directory is there. If I move in my Windows Explorer, I see my new directory is there. To go to my new directory, we can actually my new directory and we list the content and it's empty. Perfect. We use a specific way to do it, how to create an empty file through the command prompt. We can use the copy command. Copy command helps to copy files from one location to another. So there is a specific type of file or empty object that exists that's called null. A null object is pretty much we're copying anything to somewhere. So when we're saying copy null to my, for example, my program .py, my program gets created. If we want to delete it, we just type the delete command and my program. To open Visual Studio Code in this specific directory, we use code space dot. And we wait a little bit. and we see we are actually in my new directory. If we create a new file, my new file, this particular file, is created in the directory Explorer and it will be listed in the command prompt. It's actually there. So I hope that I was able to explain the basic commands to move from one folder to another, to list the content, and actually to start creating the deleting file and open it in Visual Studio Code. For last one, we can actually do in Visual Studio Code, we open the terminal. We actually open the PowerShell terminal. We can leave it like that, or we can click to open the command prompt. And that command prompt is actually the same that we have over here, just that is embedded in Visual Studio Code. And we can create a new file through the plus button in the new file, or we can actually do code other file. And this what we're going to do is open other file. But really important, this file is not created yet. You need to save it. When we save it, the file is in the folder and it appears in the folder. Perfect. Let's go to a Mac computer now. Through a Mac computer, some of the commands are actually really similar. We have a specific terminal, it's a little bit different, but it's the same commands that we'll explain here is the same one that will actually open through the terminal. To go to one folder, it's the same cd, projects. To create a folder, we can actually do the make directory in the same way. Let's do Python files. To go there with Python files, to go back, we actually can do cd++ the same way as the Windows computer. To return Python file, to list the directory, we use the ls command. Right now it's empty. To create a file, we do touch new file. So we are touching a file, is pretty much copying emptiness in that particular file. And when we list it, we see that the file is actually there. To copy a file, we can actually copy a file to other file. And when we list it, other file is created with the exact same content as the new file. In this case, empty. To open Visual Studio Code in this directory, with a code.plus the exact same way, and Visual Studio Code is going to be open for us in a specific folder with the specific files. We can go to the terminal, open new terminal, and this command prompt is actually the same as the terminal that we have outside. Again, to open a file here, file from VS Code. The file is open, but it's not there in the directory until we save it. Save. The file is listed. This is actually how you move through directories, copying files, moving to directories, creating directories, and everything.